While both Rem and Rom were checking on Roswald and Amelia in their private rooms, Peter, along with Subaru, Garfield, Io, and the village elder Ryuzu, were all gathered in the kitchen area, enjoying tea leaves brewed for the occasion. "So you were able to complete the first trial," Ryuzu would say. "That is quite remarkable." "Yeah, I never would have imagined that someone would have actually been able to get through the first trial." "Probably just pure luck," Garfield would say. "I didn't mean to," Peter said. "I wasn't even trying to get involved. The fact is, you qualified. You have the witch's blessing." "More like a curse," Garfield would say. "So what now? I mean, are we any closer to getting everyone out of here?" "No," Ryuzu would say. "The trials must be completed, all three. Only then will the barrier be released and will we be free in the sanctuary." "But have you ever considered another way of getting out?" Peter would ask. "If there are people who can come and go as they please, couldn't they just carry the villagers out?" "The villagers would fall unconscious if that happened," Ryuzu would explain. "Yeah, but once they get on the other side, they would not awaken. There's no way around it. To get out of the sanctuary, one must complete the trials and free the barrier." "Well, if we have to depend on Her Highness, I don't think we're ever going to get out of here." "Come on," Subaru would say. "You can't be so hard on her. She's giving it her all, and look here, lover boy. I don't think you understand our situation. We're not going to be able to last here forever. Do you know how long we've been stuck in this place? Eventually, our time's going to run out, and we don't have time to waste." "Well, what if I were to complete the trials?" Peter would say. "I mean, I don't know if it's going to be easy or more difficult, but if I have the chance to..." "Do you really think that's a wise decision?" Ryuzu would say. "What do you mean?" "It's obvious that the girl, Amelia, she has set her sights on helping the people of our village. If you were to go and complete the task in her place, do you really think she would take it well?" "But it's not right. Roswald put her in an impossible position, and..." "That may be. And while I don't condone his methods, he's not entirely wrong. The villagers, as well as those of the sanctuary itself, all of them reside in the territory that she is sworn to protect. And yet, from the outside optics, it appears as though she has had a great deal of help in all of her conquests." Conquest is a strange word to put it. What I'm saying is the conquest of the people's heart. To become the ruler of a country, a nation, it means that people must be able to put their faith and their trust in her. If at every opportunity she is constantly helped and bailed out of situations because she herself could not take any action, it will not inspire confidence, only in her subordinates. And what happens once her subordinates are taken away? "But don't you guys hear yourselves?" Peter would say. "You're all focusing on the wrong things. People are supposed to be able to help each other. They're supposed to be able to work together. That's the whole point. If we can't actually help her, if she can't have anyone that she can trust, then what's the point? There are some things you just can't handle alone." "I agree. Of course. No one can accomplish great things on their own all the time. But if you are not able to be of help to anyone, then what good are you?" Is that really what she is? She's just boiled down to what she can do for other people? "Calm down, Peter," Subaru would say. "How am I supposed to stay calm? It's like everywhere I go, people just demand so much of her. And yet, do you not have faith in her? Subaru would say. Huh? Do you not have faith? Do you think she can't do it? I mean, of course I do. She's a lot stronger than anyone gives her credit. There's no telling how much she's been through already. People already don't trust her. They look down on her. Yet she's always thinking about what she can do for others. Of course. Mealy's wonderful in that way. I have no doubt in my mind, Subaru would say. She's the type of girl that would help anyone, no matter how much it inconveniences her. Because that's just the type of person that she is. Saving the people of this village, freeing those trapped in the barrier, she wouldn't want to just delegate that task to someone else, because it's something that affects her deeply. Her empathy, I can feel it. The way that her mana soars with it. It gives off a beautiful aroma. It makes the hair on the back of my neck tingle. Huh. Oh, great. You've fallen in love. And what's wrong with that? It makes you more blinded than you already are. Probably. But it can't be helped. Yeah. I'm gonna go out on patrol. Say, Peter, would you like to tag along? Yeah, I could use some air. In the forest, Peter and Subaru would hop from tree to tree. More so Subaru, while Peter would swing behind them. You're pretty fast, Subaru would take note. Your reflexes are top notch. Could say the same to you. You're totally blind, but you don't move like it at all. Heh, it just comes from a lot of experience. You know, technically, I'm able to sense everything inside of the barrier. I knew when you and your friends got here way before. What do you mean you knew? Well, ever since I've become blind, in a way of speaking, my other senses have been heightened. Touch, smell, hearing. Every time I walk, I can feel everything for miles. The faintest of footprints. Nothing's untrackable for me. So what? You're saying that you're echolocation or something like that? In a way of speaking. My mana. I specialize in using shadow or yin magic. Using that, I'm able to enhance my senses even further than I already have. In a way of speaking, my mana, it stretches from my body. I create sort of like a barrier of my own. Kind of like how in a spider's web, the spider can tell when something's caught in it. Okay, I think I get it, Peter would say. So you're telling me that the moment anyone crosses the barrier and enters into the sanctuary, yep, the moment they make their way in, I can sense their mana. I create that sort of barrier, and in doing so, I've been able to register everyone's mana signature from big to small. Everyone has it, even if you don't use it. I can tell who's new and who's old, so no one ever surprises us. I see. So you're effectively able to tell who's in and out. And I'm guessing Garfield? Yep, he uses his senses to track their exact location. Our sensory ability goes hand in hand, Subaru would explain. So you guys act as the protectors of the barrier, the guardians of the sanctuary. You're able to tell if anything new enters inside, and Garfield's able to pick up on their location and track them down. Since we're the only fighters for this village, it's up to us to keep everyone safe. As you're aware, the hybrids, half human, half demi-human, they're not able to leave. So, when bandits, robbers, thieves, or anyone else that's looking to cause trouble makes their way in, they have nowhere to run. And even if they could try to run, the barrier won't let them escape. So you're trapped, Peter would say. Bingo! That's why Garfield and I put all of our energy into protecting. I know he can be a bit of a hard ass, but he's a lot like me. We've had to deal with struggles since our parents left us. These people, both young and old, they're relying on us to keep them safe. So it's a top priority. I hope you understand. Of course, I get it. You're doing what you have to do. Seems like it's a lot. It can be sometimes. But you always gotta look on the bright side. If you give up now, what's the use in worrying about tomorrow? There's a whole world out there. And even if I can't use my eyes to see it, I want to experience it. And as for Mealy, I want to be where she is. You've really fallen head over heels for Amelia, haven't you? The same way you do for Rem. What? I can feel your heartbeat. I can hear it. Every time she walks past, every time she brushes against you, every time her muscles contort into a smile and it's in your direction. Your mask might be able to hide how blushy your face gets, but your heart says otherwise. It betrays you with ease. Great. Well, when are you going to tell her how you feel? I don't know. There's a whole lot that's going on right now. I don't really feel like now's the time. I can tell you don't really believe that. Just have a little more confidence in yourself. I mean, is there ever really the right time to express your love? You've got to take advantage, Peter. You never know how much time you'll have left. The next day, Amelia would attempt to go through the barrier once again, and she would fail. To make matters worse, she tried to communicate with Puck, but he wasn't coming out of his crystal. Mysteriously, he was absent ever since they had arrived to the sanctuary. Of course, for Peter, he continued on in his patrols of the sanctuary along with Subaru and with Garfield. With Otto, of course, he was serving his role in the village as well, helping out wherever he could, using his dragon-drawn carriage to move supplies for the people. For Rem and for Ram, they effectively took up their original roles, helping to serve Roswell and do anything that was required of them. But of course, tensions were running high. Eventually, Peter would confront Garfield once again with a proposal. You want a what? Look, I just think that the residents of Armland Village, they should be allowed to leave. Amelia can stay and continue the trials. So, all that talk about wanting to help, and you just want to scram, that's not what I'm saying. Garfield, we are here to help you. That hasn't changed. But it's not fair to hold these other villagers hostage. They have the ability to go home. Sure. And I'm just supposed to believe that Miss Princess is actually going to hold up her end of the deal? So we let the villagers go, and then what? She's just going to stay here in her lonesome? Roswell's just going to laze around here and take up space? While my people have to suffer, they just get to... Garfield, you know that's not right. You're holding these people hostage that's done nothing to you. Yeah. In life, we don't always get what we want. And so what are you going to do? You're going to just take hostage every person that comes through this place? You think that's going to get you anywhere? She's already trying her best, and her best isn't good enough. Or have you not figured that out? Honestly, I don't care if you do it, or whoever. I just want that barrier gone, and it will be. But I need you to actually work with me here. Like you said, the resources in this place are dwindling every day. You now have 2 villages living in one space. That's taking up resources and supplies. Supplies that you all are desperately running out of. They have a home to go back to, so why bother keeping them here? You're going to cling on to your stubborn pride? That's not going to get you anywhere. That pride is what made me who I am. Yeah, and look at you now. You're always on edge, always jumping, always afraid that someone's trying to screw you over. Because they do screw me over. The world has screwed me over countless times. And maybe I want to do some of the screwing myself. First of all, pause, Peter would say. Second of all, that's not right and you know it. What about Frederica? What about her? She sent us here to help. Do you think she'd be proud of what you're doing right now? How you're acting? Well, last time I checked, she ain't here to stop me. What are you gonna do about it? Hold on, guys, Subaru said, coming out of nowhere. Good thing I arrived just in time. Mealy's back home resting. I bet she is, Garfield would say. Look, Garfield, you know he's right. We can't hold these people here. We have to let them go. So you're on his side too? I'm on the side of doing what's right. For them and for our people. Look, you know that I have the power to leave the barrier. And I have just as much, if not even more of a reason than anyone else. But I've stayed. I've stayed because I knew that my place was here. And I'm not going to abandon them, or you. We can trust them. Do you really think they'd go through all this effort if they didn't want to help us? I'm not trying to start a fight, Peter would say. But you need to let the people go. You can't hold them here. You know, there's a part of me that wants to rip your head off right now. But honestly, it wouldn't even be worth it. Garfield would turn. Take them and go. Do whatever you want. I don't care. But the girl stays. The maids stay too. What? You heard me. At the very least, I want to make sure you have some skin in the game too. The girls stay. Everyone else, they're free to go. I'm sorry, Subaru would say. It's all right. I'll run it by them. Later on in the night, Peter would speak to Amelia and the others. Of course, Amelia was more than willing to stay back and help, even if she was technically being used as a hostage. Of course, for both Rom and Rem, they would stay by Master Roswell's side and help out Miss Amelia also, so them staying back wasn't much of a big deal, although Rem could see the worry on Peter's face. It'll be okay. You don't have to worry about me. You know I'll be safe here. Don't worry, Subaru said. I'll do everything to protect them. We both will. Peter, the people are going to need someone to look after them once they get back to Armland Village. You're the one best suited for that. Fine. I'll take them back to their village. I'll even visit the mansion and check and see how Frederica and how Petra are doing too. I shouldn't be gone too long. I promise I'll be back as soon as I can. I know you will. I see that you continue to be wise, Roswell said as Peter was preparing to leave. You have a way of connecting with people. Yeah, I'm sure you've noticed. I do hope that you don't hate me too much. Please understand, everything I do is for Miss Amelia's sake. Is that so? You're doing all of this for her? Of course I am. And you too. Don't hold your breath. You're not doing anything for me. Oh, but I am. You're capable of so much more. You continue to allow yourself to be held back by small things. Trivial things. Yeah, because what you consider to be trivial, it's a big damn deal to me. And why is that? Your loyalties, you know where they lie. But yet you go out of your way for people you hardly know. For people who hardly know you. I know that you come from a place where you choose to live to the ideals of being a hero. And for that you should be commended, of course. But having the heart of a hero, that will only get you so far. True heroes have to make tough decisions, Peter. And tough decisions require great sacrifice. That's the only way you can rise. If I have to get anywhere in life by sacrificing people, then I don't deserve to wear this mask. That mask, yes. But tell me, why do you wear it? In this world, your identity, it's far from a secret. But yet you still don that mask of yours. Why is that? And don't say it's for confidence. No. Do you believe that when you put on that mask, you're bound to some form of morality? What are you talking about? Nothing, I suppose. But if you truly want to accomplish anything in life, you're going to need to start figuring out what you're truly fighting for. Peter left Roswell, his words ominous and hanging. The people of Arnhem Village would be gathered together, and, led by Peter, would be escorted back to their homes. Once the villagers were safe and secure, Peter would make his way to Roswell's mansion to check on how everyone else was doing. When he arrived, the sun was beginning to set. It had been several days, almost 2 weeks since he had last been here. He figured he could stop in for the night, check on Frederica, Petra, check on Beatrice if she were willing. Maybe she could offer some advice on what was going on with the sanctuary. But as he approached the mansion, he heard a familiar voice. Peter! Peter! What the? Rem? Rem? I finally caught up with you. I hope I didn't keep you waiting too long. Keep me waiting? What are you doing here? You're supposed to be back at the sanctuary. I know, but they had a change of heart. They got worried about you, and I didn't want to leave you behind, so I volunteered to come with you. I mean, I appreciate it, but it's okay. Everyone will be just fine. I can help you clean or cook you something. And Peter would hug her. It's really good to see you. It's really good to see you too. Together, they would both make their way inside. The mansion was surprisingly quiet. Almost too quiet. Hello? Frederica? Petra, Peter would say. That's strange. Yeah, I wonder where they could be. Frederica! Frederica! Petra! Maybe they're somewhere far out. Maybe they went somewhere? I'll go check on the west wing. You check the east. Yeah. Peter and Rem would begin searching through the mansion, but they couldn't find anyone. As Peter turned a corner, he stopped in his tracks. Oh my. What the hell? Oh God. Rem! Frederica! Petra! Rem! Rem, get over here! Oh God. Who did this? Frederica! Come on, say something! Frederica! Frederica and Petra were lying on the ground. Their bodies marred with cuts and wounds, and their guts spilled onto the floor. Peter, he threw up as he lifted his mask. Oh God, what? How did this? My, little spider. I didn't think I'd be running into you again. No. What the hell? How? How are you still alive? Is that really what you're worried about? At a time like this? Elsa! Peter would lunge towards the battle hunter as she pulled two of her blades. The two of them colliding, once again engaging in combat. Her strength, unapologetically strong. Her bloodlust, her yearning for destruction, all the more present. Peter found himself turned into a blind rage. He felt this angry before, but now there was something inside of him. He could feel it. His senses were heightened to heights he had never felt, like the world had grown still around him. I can feel it. Your anger, Elsa would say, as she took a punch that connected right to her left eye. I could feel the intent on that one. You really want to kill me? I'm gonna rip you apart. You hear me? You psycho bitch! I'm gonna rip you apart! Around the hall, Rem would come running. With her weapon in hand, she would lunge in for the attack. Elsa would now be on a 2-on-1 front, both Peter and Rem working in unison. Rem! Right! Elsa, in a 2-on-1 scenario, fighting against two competent opponents, she found herself on the back foot. Peter would use his webbing, shooting it out, and Rem taking it by the hand. Surprisingly, there was a lack of her signature weapon, the spiked mace, ball, and chain. Maybe she didn't bring it, maybe she forgot. Right now, it didn't matter. What mattered was that they were going to tear her apart for what she did. And surprisingly enough, Elsa found herself trapped. Peter was going in for the killing blow. You're done, Elsa! You hear me? You're done! Wait. There was a danger. What danger? Peter had been stabbed in the back. Rem? I'm so sorry. You didn't know? What? Multiple blades were launched into Peter's back. His senses now alerted him. There was danger on both fronts. Peter would pull the blades out, beginning to bleed. Even with his healing factor, he knew he had to get somewhere safe. He ran. What was going on? Why was Rem trying to... Peter could feel the blood loss growing. He could feel himself becoming more and more delirious. He had been stabbed in the back by almost 10 blades. And if that didn't make it worse, around the corner, he heard a familiar growl. The hall was filled with mob beasts. Mob beast on one side, and now both Rem and Elsa on the other. What happened next was the fight of his life. The mob beast scratching, clawing, biting. Elsa and Rem coordinating in their assaults. Peter was heartbroken. He was confused, angry. He fought free just long enough to make his way to an empty hall. On instinct, he grabbed a hold of a door handle, throwing himself into the forbidden library. Beatrice looking down upon him. And just what are you doing here? Peter would shut the door. Beatrice, we need to run. I don't... As Peter fell to the ground, Beatrice would arrive to his side. You've been cursed. Multiple curses. Darn. Why do you make so much trouble for Betty? Just why? Peter's insides. He felt like his stomach was being turned into hot sludge. It was like his innards were melting away. Losing blood, being wounded. My door jamb. They won't be able to find us so easily. I need to help you. And I'll kill them. No. You can't. That's not... Beatrice would continue the work. Peter fighting for his life. With her ability, she was able to change the location of the door. It would buy them some time, but not forever. And Peter's worst fear would be realized. Almost 5 minutes later, the door would open. And it would be Rem. Why would you run away, Peter? Beatrice, stay behind me. Who the hell are you? What do you mean? I'm Rem. Shut the hell up. I know that you're not. You're not Rem. Is that so? Well, would you prefer if I were Amelia? Rem would morph. In a blink, she had transformed into Amelia. Or maybe you would prefer if I were Rom. Do you have secret feelings for her? Or maybe I should be Otto. Or how about your old friend Subaru? Or how about Garfield? Is that better? What the hell? Ooh, I've got one. The face of that woman that was in that locket of yours. I don't know who she is, but she loves you very much. May? Don't look so confused, Peter. I can be whoever you want me to be. Whatever twists the knife just a little bit more. Beatrice would step in front of him. He could see Aunt May, but that wasn't her. But it sounded like her. It looked like her. Beatrice raised her hands, preparing to fire an offensive of magic. He would pull her away. Let me go! What are you? I need to know. Who are you? Why are you worried about that? Peter turned. Elsa. She had her blade at Beatrice's throat. Beatrice! Before Peter could stop her, his foot would be webbed to the ground. And facing him was none other than himself. Wow. I feel all heroic. This is real trippy. But don't worry. Peter would be webbed between the mob beast curse that were activating in his body, draining him of his power. The wounds that he has sustained. He couldn't do anything. He fell to his knees, trapped. Well, this is ironic. No, stop it! Don't you dare touch her! Don't worry, the other Peter said, as he grabbed Elsa's blade and held it to Beatrice's chest. I promise, I'm going to set you free. No! 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 Let her go! Peter would lunge, but the other Peter smiled as he plunged his blade into Beatrice's chest. A horde of mob beasts would swarm into the room, gnawing at his ankles, clawing at his back and pinning him to the ground as he looked up defiantly, his eyes burning with hatred. This isn't over. You hear me? I'll kill you. I'll kill you. I swear. I'll kill you. I'll kill you. Oh. Ah! This concludes ReZero, The Princess and the Spider, Amazing Dawn. What If Spider-Man Was in ReZero, Season 2, Part 5. As always, if you enjoyed today's video and everything else that we have to offer, then please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and hit that bell for post notifications so you can stay up to date on everything that is PowerCore Productions and Podcastings that has to come out now and in the future. Stay tuned next time as we continue with ReZero, The Princess and the Spider, Amazing Dawn. What If Spider-Man Was in ReZero, Season 2, Part 6. But anyway, that's going to do it for the end of today's video. I'm Javon Harrington with PowerCore Productions and Podcastings, signing off, and I'll see you next time.